Good afternoon. Okay, so I wanted to do a vlog. I have like a bit of a cold. I wanted to do a vlog where I read Christian. Oh my gosh, I'm putting on this coffee mask and I didn't think it was gonna. It looks like puke. Anyway, so I wanted to do a Christian thriller, reading Christian thriller books vlog. And I think it's mainly because I've been feeling some type of way about the books that I read. I mean, I feel like for thriller, it's not as, like, I haven't been feeling as convicted. But when it comes to romance, I feel like a lot of these books are just heavy on the spice, right? Heavy on the spice. There was this other book that I really wanted to read, Phantasma, I think, or something like that. And it had like, oh my gosh, I thought there was something outside. It had like a skull on the cover that looks really like creepy and like demonic and like, And I think I started reading it and it said, I think the trigger warnings or something, but it said devil, demons. And I was like, ooh, no ma'am, no ham. We're not doing this. So yes, I've been trying to be like more conscious about the thriller books that I read, and I mean about the books that I read. And I feel like with thriller, I like books with like a lot of gore, and I don't know how that like translates for like a Christian, girly. Something I'm gonna have to like pray on a bit more. But I know with like the romances, I've been feeling convicted, honey. Okay, because all of the spice, and I understand that I could just like skip them, but I don't wanna have to read a book and then have to be skipping parts of it, So I'm trying to stay away from certain type of books as a Christian girly and in the like the walk that I'm trying to like head into with God. And so I thought I'd do like a Christian thriller book thing. I googled a few books that I could read that were like Christian thriller books, and I just want to see what a Christian thriller book really is and how different they are from like ordinary thriller books, and hopefully not all that different. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to be doing in this vlog. I'm going to be reading a few Christian thriller books, and this mask, I don't know, did I mention what this mask is? This is the girl, this towel is white, please don't do that. This is the Himalaya coffee mask, and I just washed my face. Like, I obviously just showered, hence why I'm wearing a towel. But I washed my face with the Himalaya, but like the face wash. That's what I've been using lately. I don't know if I like it, honestly, because my face has been really dry. It's mainly around the mouth area, and I don't know if it's because of that face wash or other products that I'm using. So I'm trying to switch out a few other things, and then maybe I'll switch out the face wash later. I feel I don't take enough care of my skin. I'd much rather actually just finish it before I like change products or whatever. But yeah, so that is what we're going to be doing in this vlog. Hopefully I can have like a bit of like Christian Christian girly talks in this video. I always feel very like some type of way when I want to talk about God and things like that. So I always feel like very nervous, But yeah, so that is what we're gonna be doing in this vlog. I'm just quickly gonna wait about 10 minutes for this mask that looks like puke. I'm gonna wait about like 10 to 15 minutes, and then I think my skin is going through it. And then there's definitely something there. Okay. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna take it off and maybe I'll do some reading. The book that I'm reading now is One Little Lie, I think. I'll put it up here. It's One Little Lie, and I've been enjoying it currently, and it's going well. I think I'm like 12% into it, but I want to talk about a sentence in the book that is mentioned, but I won't get it now. I won't get the book now, and then because then I'll get into like an entire think piece, like an entire Christian talk. But yeah, so there is a section that I just read past, and I just quickly wanted to touch on it. So I'll touch on it probably in like the next clip. Maybe today, maybe today. But yeah, so that's the book that I'm currently reading. I'm also currently reading Masterpiece by Francine Rivers, and I'm not having the time of my life with that one right now. I feel like they're focusing too much on the details of houses. I just tell me a house looks extravagant, okay? They're telling me that a house looks as big as my entire, like a room looks as big as my entire apartment, and there's marble here, and there's just describing the different types of marbles, I guess, or something like that, and I don't care for that. I have like, what is it called again? It's just this very long word. I'll probably maybe put it up here, where when you read something, an image automatically forms in your mind, and then the degrees to which the image forms in your mind is like what you are, right? So I, for the longest time, didn't have an image. Most of the time I don't have an image, right? But lately I've been realizing that when I do get an image, it's of something that I've seen in a movie, right? So, or if I can like see the image in the book, because I remember there was a book that I read, and then they described it happening, and that was the image that I could see, right? The image from the cover, but I couldn't see anything beyond that. So I say this to say that I generally don't get an image when I read about something. I read about it and I keep it moving. So when you describe something tirelessly, okay, for forever and ever and ever, it means nothing to me because there isn't an image that automatically forms in my brain, right? Unless I've seen it in like a movie or something like similar to that in a movie, and that's the image that I'll use. But aside from that, most of the time it's blank. So when you start describing things to me, it's a bit, I don't know. But yeah, so they're just describing, I get it, he has money, I get it, his house is extravagant, but can we just keep it moving? Can we get to like some juicy bits? I don't know. But yeah, so that is what I'm currently reading. There's another, oh, and I'm rereading Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, and I'm more eager to reread Redeeming Love than I am to read Masterpiece. That in itself should tell you how much I'm enjoying that book, honestly. But yeah, so those are the books that I started reading in the month of, what month are we in? September. Those are the books that I started reading in the month of September. There are books that I haven't finished from previous months that I've just put on the side because I might actually just DNF them, but it's quite a few books. But like I said, I've been trying to get more into reading Christian books, and been trying to be more conscious about like my walk with God, and also I've been trying to work on not being a lukewarm Christian. So we're taking the walk with God seriously now. But yeah, so I'm currently reading this thriller. What is it? A Christian thriller book, right? So I'm currently reading it and it's going okay. And so I got to like page 28, and I just quickly wanted to like talk about it a little bit. So it says here, because this is a discussion that one of the main characters is having with her friend, and her friend is going through ALS. And so her friend just discovered actually that she might have ALS, and her friend is a Christian and she is not, because of something that happened in her past and when she was younger, right? So her and her friend are having a discussion about faith, and so she asks the question, how did you trust something you couldn't see? And I feel like that is something that I think that's something that's kind of just made me be like lukewarm over the years, because you believe in God and everything like that, but it's hard for you to essentially have faith in something that you cannot see. It's hard for you to well, for me, right? But yeah, so there's this book that I actually read this years ago, honestly. This says Imitate Their Faith. I don't know if you can see that. This is Imitate Their Faith. And I read this book a few years ago and I didn't finish it from the look of things because it's like a question and answer thing. I don't know if you can, like, because there's like chapters where there's like questions. I'll just quickly show you now, like a random page. There's like questions here at the bottom, or even here you can see there's like questions, and I highlighted things in pencil. Like I just answer the questions in pencil. So when I look at it, I've done quite a bit, but yeah, I'm not done with the book. Maybe I might actually just reread it, because it talks about, it's basically Imitate Their Faith, and it talks about different people in the Bible. Let me just quickly go to the content and see. It talks about Elijah, there's Abigail, there's Samuel, there's a chapters about Hannah, Ruth, Abraham, Noah, Abel, Peter, Martha, Joseph and Mary, Esther and Jonah. And yeah, so there's just different chapters about them. Some of them have one chapter, others have two chapters. And I don't know why there's no chapter on Job here. That would have been nice, because I'm currently reading the book of Job. I think because of like the grief that Job is going through, I felt like I would get the most value out of that one right now. But anyway, I digress. So I just quickly wanted to read this little bit about faith to you. It says here, many people tend to undervalue faith, assuming that it means believing without any real proof or evidence. However, they are mistaken. Faith is not gullibility. It is not a mere feeling. It is more than belief. Gullibility is dangerous. A mere feeling may come and go. And even belief is insufficient when it comes to God. For the demons believe and shudder. And so I remembered while I was actually reading this part of the book that talks about the book that I'm currently reading, that where they were talking about this woman's faith, right? And her friend was just like, girl, the main character, she was just like, girl, how can your God let this happen to you after everything you've been through and all of those things? So the friend was talking about faith and what faith is and what it isn't. And so I remembered this chapter from the Bible. It's Hebrews 11 verse 1, and it says that faith is the assured expectation of what is hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities that are not seen. And I just remembered that part of the Bible because I think it speaks a lot on the type of faith that everybody should have. And yeah, I feel like I've been struggling. Like I feel like I've been trying to take my walk with God seriously, and it has been like I've been trying and it's been going okay. There's like a lot of things that I am or have actually excluded from my life. I feel like maybe I'll have like an in-depth more discussion on that at a later stage, but because I don't want to like digress too far. But yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of things that I've left behind, but I feel like having faith is something that I feel like I still struggle with, even though I can sit here and be like, I have faith in God and I believe in God and I think he can do this and this and that. I feel like sometimes it feels like I don't truly like believe it. So yeah, I just saw that little part and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I don't know if anything that I'm saying is making even like a little bit of sense, but hopefully it does. But yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying this book so far. It's going good, it's going okay. I did also like start reading Masterpiece by Francine Rivers, and I'm having a really hard time with that book. I'm like, I think I mentioned this in my intro video, but I'm having a really hard time with that book, and I think I'm struggling with it. I'm honestly struggling with it, and I feel like I'm just gonna put it aside for now and just focus on something else. Maybe I'll come back to it at a later stage, because I read Redeeming Love and I loved it, and I'm currently rereading it like twice in 1 year. So you know, so the fact that I'm not having a time with Masterpiece is kind of just like it's breaking my heart a little bit. So I think I'll just put it aside for now, and maybe I'm just not in the mood for it right now, and I'll come back maybe maybe next year. I'll come back to it at a later stage, and or maybe I need like the physical copy of it. I tried to look for it, but it's kind of like too expensive considering I might not even like the book. Okay, so I'll maybe wait for it to go on sale and then I'll buy it, or yeah, maybe I'll just buy it at a later stage when I do plan on reading it. But maybe that could just be it. I just maybe just want to read the physical. I just maybe need to read the physical copy of it. But yeah, so I'm reading the book. It's going okay. It's going good. And yeah, I think that's literally all that I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk a little bit about faith, and yeah. And I wasn't in frame, okay? So let me just quickly recap what I was trying to say. So I am almost done cooking. I'm still making like gravy, and then I should be done. I've done my veggies and a veggie, honestly, just one, because, and rice, and obviously the chicken, we're gonna have that. And yeah, that's it. I saw this video where this woman was talking about how this guy asked her if she can make something salmon, and she was like, okay, I can cook, but that, like, you might as well go back to her if she was cooking things like that for you. And the guy asked her, so what, you don't know how to make it, do you just cook to survive? And she was like, no, I can cook, okay, I can cook, but just not that. And I'm definitely the person that's like, yes, I cook to survive. I honestly cook to survive, okay? But yeah, I'm once I'm done with that, I should really be done. I should have been done like a while ago, but I took a nap because I have been getting these really terrible headaches lately, and I think it's because of like the lack of sleep and just the amount of heartache I've been going through in the past couple of months. But yeah, so I took like a little nap, and then I woke up and I started cooking, but I should have honestly been done a lot quicker than this. But yeah, so now I am almost done. I'm just gonna do the dishes a little bit and just clean up a little bit. But I wanted to talk about this book, honestly. I wanted to talk about this book, and this book is going really well. I really like it, but I feel like it's like a lot is happening all at once. I'm like, are they giving this main character a chance to breathe? Like, I mean, sure, they did mention that they're not going to give her a chance to breathe, but like a lot is happening, and even I'm just like, yo, can we like maybe like, and I'm 20 something percent into it, and a lot is going on. I'm like, and it's like a murder investigation, what are they called, police, whatever, right, type of book. And but there's a lot is going on, and I'm just like, whoa, can we maybe like slow down just like a little bit? No? Okay. It feels like a roller coaster. I'm here for it. I'm enjoying the book so far. I just, but yeah, I'm 20 something percent into it so far, and I'm still having a time. And yeah, I think that's the only update that I had for you guys. But yeah, so we went to my mom, actually. She got back with the Willie's chicken. We buy this all the time. We love this. This is like the Sunday special. We love this. And then one thing about me, girl, I will order at Checkers 6060. Like, I trust this girl. I love this girl. Like, every single time I need something, I'm too lazy to leave the house. She's my girl, okay? She's my girl. So let me just quickly show you what we've got. It isn't much, honestly, because we didn't really need anything. My mom mainly just wanted mayo, and I just got a few things. So I got these Lays. I love these. These are like my favorites. Yeah. And then they had like a special for like these yogurts. So I got this for the kids. I think it was like 2 for something, whatever. So I got these for the kids. And then I got my favorites. Like, I cannot live without chocolate. So I got chocolate for myself. And then in this second mini basket, my mom also wanted apples. So I got these apples. These aren't even her favorites. She doesn't really like green apples. I do. So I got the ones I like. But yeah, and then she also wanted bananas. We usually get, you know, the bananas that you like individually packed. Those are the ones we usually get, but these are the ones that are on the side, the only bananas on the side. So I just got these, and these are like 5 bananas. These aren't gonna make it to tomorrow, honestly. And the last thing is the mayo. This is the last thing is the mayo. I wanted to get the Nola mayonnaise, but it was way more expensive, honestly. I love the Nola mayonnaise, and the last time we got the ultra creamy one, and I saw this one was like just a whole lot cheaper, so I got this one. But I generally prefer the Nola mayonnaise, tangy and ultra creamy now. Love that one. So I just got this one, but in the tangy. And yeah, that is it. Okay, so I just finished reading Wonder to Lie by Colleen Cobo, and I thought I was going to read a different book, but I think I'm just going to read the second book because I really like this one. I'm teetering between giving it like a 3.75 and a 4 stars. Yeah, this is like basically like a police procedural type of book, and I feel like that's the only way that I can describe it. And it ended off on a good note, obviously, but I kind of want to continue with the story and just see like what happens, but I don't know what's going to be happening in the next book, so I'm really just kind of like excited to see that. So I think I'm going to continue with that, but for now I have like an assignment that I need to do, so I'm going to start with that. And yeah, maybe I'll read a little bit of the book, maybe like a chapter or 2 today, and then I'll start with the second book tomorrow. But I really liked it. 3.75 to 4 stars. I'm still debating on, I'm just gonna sleep on it and then I'll let you know what I gave it tomorrow. But yeah, so I don't think I should still be in pain, like with my tooth. It's been like 5 days. I don't think I should still be in pain, so I might have to go back to the dentist. But anyway, so I started reading 2 Reasons to Run. I think that's what it's called. And that book's been going good. It's been going good. I'm not very far into it, probably like 15% into it or something like that. And yeah, that's currently what I'm reading, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And yeah, I think that's the only update that I have for now. But so I'm like, let me see, 31% into 2 Reasons to Run, and okay, my hair is literally coming loose. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this book, honestly, at this point. Like, I feel like the first book towards the end, it just kind of got like a little bit boring, which is why I stuck to giving it a 3.75. But I was still very eager to read the second book, right? But now, I don't know, I'm kind of a little bit, it's kind of dragging a little bit. I feel like, I mean, I'm still gonna read it, I'm still gonna finish the book, but I'm just like, I'm not all that interested anymore. And I feel like now it's like meant to be like a Christian book, right? but I'm not feeling very Christian-esque in this second book. And I feel like with I kind of knew that the problem that I was gonna have with Christian books was the fact that, because I mean, like, there's a 15-year-old child who has a crush on somebody, and instead of these very Christian parents from both sides, instead of them like trying to tone down the thing and kind of just like be like, no, maybe you shouldn't be dating at 15, right? They're kind of just like trying to force the thing, because just like trying to like, they're kind of like condoning it. Like the girl has a crush on a guy, and the parents from both sides are just kind of like, yeah, go for it, hang around him, just be up in his face. And they can tell that he's not even like mentally, he's not even there yet at the age of like liking girls. But instead of them maybe just telling this young girl, they're both 15, but instead of them telling this young girl to just maybe just tone it down, maybe just leave him alone a little bit because he's not at your pace, they're kind of just like encouraging it, and they're like, yeah, maybe just get him to notice you. And I'm like, what? I don't understand it. And just rubbing me off the wrong way, honestly. And I feel like there isn't much Christian content in the second book, like at all. The first book had very little Christian content, but this one has even less. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of like side-eyeing the characters, each and every one of them, just a little bit. Then some of the things that they do, I'm just like, I don't know. Which is sad, because I really do like these characters, but I'm just like, from a Christian point of view, side-eyeing them a little bit. But we're gonna continue reading. I don't know, I kind of want to read another book, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, because this one just isn't doing it for me. But we'll see. This main character, the female main character, I thought she was doing like just a bit more bearable in the first book, but in the second one, she's so annoying. She's annoying me. That's it. She's just annoying me, like, through and through. I'm finding her to be unbearable at this point. I'm just like, girl, get over it. Don't get over it, but pick a side. Just stop being so annoying. Whatever you do, just stop being so annoying, because I cannot do it anymore. Just stop. Just do something. Just don't be annoying. How about that? Because man, I don't know. I feel like this is why I hate reading trilogies, right? Or like more than one book, because in the first book I could be like gelling with the person's personality, but the more you get into them, when there's a second book, things start to go a bit south. I feel like they could have extended that first book just a little bit longer and just get to the point and just maybe made things a bit more concise and just ended it. But they had to make a book 2, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through book 3, because 30% in and I'm already tired of these characters. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna try and finish. But no. So I'm reading this second book, and I kind of wanted to DNF it, but I thought, let me just like try and push through and like read like a couple more pages. But the longer I'm reading this Christian thriller book, the less I'm liking it, right? First of all, the Christian content in this book is just not giving, like, at all. Like, it's minimum to none. Okay, even in the first book it was very minimum, but now that I'm reading the second one, I'm just like, the Christian content in this book is just so minimum, and I feel like some of the choices that they make aren't very Christian-esque. They're just making choices for they're basically just living very lukewarm Christian lives, right? And that bothers me a little bit. But another thing is just the fact that this book is so low stakes. I'm just bored. Like, you'd think there'd be like a bit of somebody getting
like shot, or it's like a police procedural book or something like that. You'd think somebody would get shot 2 pages into the book, or something would happen to a person. I mean, something does happen, but it's kind of like the entire book is just like one single case. Maybe not even like that, but I feel like the first one was just a bit more high stakes. But this one is just, I don't know, maybe I'm even giving away a few things about the book, but it's just so low stakes for me that I'm honestly just getting really bored. I do want to try and finish it though, but I'm also just kind of like, I don't feel like I need to put myself through that right now. But I don't know, because honestly, I don't really care what happens next. But yeah, I'll decide. We'll see.
Okay, so I started reading another book. If I Run by Terry, I think it's Black Stock or something like that. I'll put it up here. But I started reading that book because honestly, let me start I was reading the second book in the um something Cobble book, right? I could literally get the book, I'm just lazy. But I started reading the second book in that series, and it just went downhill. It honestly just went downhill. I think I'm just gonna DNF that book, honestly, because I think I mentioned this in the previous like clip that I did, that like I don't understand why they would like take it there for a 15-year-old kids, and them liking each other, and somehow I think they kind of want to make like a relationship or something. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't understand it. And hi, what are you doing here? You want to go to the room? Yeah. Okay. What? A what now? Two eyes. Two eyes? Yeah. Where? Yeah. Yes, you have two eyes. What are you looking for? No, don't touch that. Nose. Where? Yeah, but these are nostrils. It's not a nose. It's one nose, two nostrils. What? Okay, sorry. Yeah. We have two nose. So they're trying to make these kids like fall in love, and I'm not vibing with that. Is literally probably like a few months later, and this is editing me. Something happened to the rest of this reading Christian thriller vlog, so I'll just give you guys like an update on what's been going on. I'm not done with that Terry Blackstock book, right? I got into the biggest slump ever, and I just stopped reading. I was enjoying it in the beginning, and then I wasn't enjoying it anymore the further I went into it. And I remember there were like clips where I spoke about this book, and I was talking about how they kept trying to make this main female character seem like the most perfect human being ever, and they were just using like they just kept trying to emphasize on how she's such a good person, how she couldn't have done this. And I get that, that's fine and dandy, but they were just overdoing it at a point, and I just didn't care. So I think I will eventually DNF this book, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, so out of the 3 books that I read, I finished one of them and I DNF'd 2. And even the one that I read, it wasn't an amazing, like, I think generally, like, it wasn't an amazing thriller to begin with, right? But it also wasn't an amazing, like, it didn't have amazing Christian content. Like, the Christian content that I found was good and valuable, but not that valuable. Like, it's a whole book,
you know. I needed to have quotes, like a bunch of quotes and things, and I needed it to teach me something and grow my faith, but it did none of those things, honestly. But so I feel like this little experiment was a bit of a dud, but I will continue trying to look for other Christian thriller books. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video nonetheless. It is pretty long and I don't even know why, because nothing much happened really. But yeah, I hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and until next time, bye.